Bro, that means they.
Now we have.
Oh, I figured out flying.
Yep, pretty much. So like I would go over the main area where it is. So, and like typically I'll show you kind of what I do, so I'll take this for a second. Alright, well welcome to week 1 of Esports for Ames High. We're taking on DCG today, Dallas Center Crimes. What?
They say it's Busan.
No, it's not. Alright, sorry about that, just some technical difficulties. So we're going to get going real quick. Overwatch 2, this is the start of the winter season. This is week 1. You may hear some of the players in the background. I don't even know how loud this is. I'll fix the audio in a couple seconds. I'm going to pass off to Landon here. He's going to be the one talking to you guys during the match. So here we go. Start of the season. Ames High, DCG. Let's go. I'm going to go listen to it.
The match today will be starting on control point, where the players will be trying to contest a point inside a closed room. We're seeing a very quick start to the match with the Junkrat already inside the point from the Ames High team. And the tank dies very early on the DCG team. This will be an opportunity for the Ames High side.
Soldier up far left. Weird.
We're seeing very tense fights between both teams, but so far very few casualties as Ames High defends the point. DCG is attempting to perform full push from an unusual angle as far as bombs from a window. And once again, the tank from DCG has fallen.
Yeah, walking. I'm just getting ripped by this one.
Can I fly up?
Back off. One. I'm not sure. Just go left again. No, walking right.
we're getting pretty close to having a few ults in play from both sides of the field. As the Ramatra is getting low on the DCG side, will they be able to assist their tank? It does look like he got out of his predicament safely, as the first ult of the match comes out, and a support goes out on the Ames High side, immediately traded for both supports for DCG as a team kill happens. With very little time in the match for DCG to counter, they're going to be trying to rush onto the site. We're seeing a very safe push, trying to find whatever picks they can, and they are reached the point, trying to contest it and get it into overtime. And the tire will tank out the tank for DCG, and a window to make sure that this match goes the way that Ames High wants it. And it does look that DCG has managed to take back the point. It'll be up to Ames High to take the match back and reclaim the site.
Metro left side.
He only plays that, which is
Sorry,
Check one thing.
All right.
Yep, that's what I thought.
got it. Trying to pick out where you feel I'm so glad you No, it's better.
Ames High is back on the offensive.
He does not have
Yeah, what do you want? He doesn't now, but you did.
He does now, yeah. They gave him dash pads.
Staying together as a team to make sure nobody falls on the Ames High side as they push onto site.
Not yet though. Just wait for this for now. Everybody, okay.
We're seeing very good play from both sides. And Junkrat falls on Ames High. Will they be able to push through with a teammate down?
Oh, sorry.
Wait, I died. Back up. Great.
And many players on Ames High have fallen. They are trying to avoid getting staggered or getting delayed respawns, making sure that they can all push together as a team for this next attack. There's two ults on the Ames High side, so we will be very likely to see them both being popped as we go onto this next site, as the percentage of capture on the top is getting close to 99.
Okay, we go right now. We go right. Everyone come to
Yes,
right.
yes. Yeah, he does have fish. I'm scaring off Venture. Venture half. Dead. Venture's dead. Push off that.
This is all of the ults available in the match going off right now. The Ramatra is doing their best to stay alive under persistent pressure from Ames High, and they have fallen. And the round has going to Ames High. If Break cannot push onto the site, so that is the end of overtime, and Ames High gets the first point.
Good first round. Amazing first round. It's funny map now. Communication tower, probably. Yeah. I don't like this map. I'm gonna go. Yeah, since do on Kiri on or BAP? BAP was working, but we didn't use my ult a single time.
I could definitely go like.
This still break.
Yeah, the big scare. Don't change.
Oh, this is still round one.
Yeah, so it's like when you do.
The match has gotten started with a very different team composition for both sides, using different characters in order to try to poke holes in the other team's defense.
That was 2-0. I don't see
Tracer trap dead.
Nice, Tracer dead.
Parker pushing up very offensively, trying to find an opening in the opposing team as the fight continues, and the Tracer has fallen on DCG, but they are a fast character, so they will be able to get back to the fight before it ends.
Touching.
And the Juno Lillipuff has fallen for Ames High, and the tank did not follow. The supports did a great job of keeping their tank alive through that dire situation. And the point has fallen to DCG. Will Ames High be able to push up, or will DCG hold on to the point for the rest of the round?
Just rip shield.
I'm not trying to swing him along.
All of the Ames High players are reaching low as we see the first ult of the match go out from Pugsy Orisa.
Never mind, just hold deal.
Doesn't find a kill, however. Players are holding on to their ult, looking for a great opportunity to use it as a Kitsune rush from Sinstiz goes up, accelerating all of his teammates,
Tracer half. Oh my goodness, I walked up.
and Tracer's ultimate takes out the Junkrat, Coconut Gaming for Ames High, as Parker, the Junker Queen, falls as well. Come on.
We only use one ult. They use 3, right?
They use pulse. They use
Pulse Orisa, 3.
They use 4.
They use 4. Pulse, yeah.
You almost have 4 ults.
I say we use
Tracer no recall.
Ames High is getting close to having almost all of their ults ready for this next fight, as DCG has just one fight ultimate ready as the fight begins. And immediately 2 ults are activated, dividing the field in half as powerful buffs go to the team, and Pugsy the Orisa falls to the early onslaught of ults.
Stage 1.
She has recall probably.
No, she
already used it.
Trying to find an early pick, the Ames High team is just barraging the DCG team so that they can't push forward.
I missed double do.
Over there.
Brick's over here. Brick's behind you.
Tracer abs. No recall.
No, shield's behind you.
Tracer is lurking behind Ames High from DCG, looking for any opportunity they can, as DCG finds an early kill on one of Ames High's supports, using their ult to guarantee hits, as Junkrat falls as well. But he used his tire, taking out the Tracer even though he had already fallen himself.
Alright, we almost have Kitsune again.
I know.
We go around. Go, do it.
Orisa's ult comes out once again, but
Go touch.
all of the players are pulled out, and overtime is open.
Wasting.
Many ults are being used here, Kitsune Rush and Tracer's Bomb, as the fight is finished by Ames High, as the point is taken.
We have no ults for this fight, though.
Oh, there's a bird.
They saw that for
They use pulse again.
The tank from DCG has swapped characters to Diva, the character with a mech that allows her to continue even after getting defeated
She
once.
hides in the corner. She's camping me, dog. I don't expect someone to hide in the corner there.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Diva is rushing the team of Ames High, trying to find picks wherever she can, as Tracer continues to try to flank and just take out whoever they possibly can. This is a 1-point match, or 1-point round, as both teams struggle, but Ames High has lost many of their players and DCG is looking great. The point swaps as a team kill is fulfilled, and DCG secures the second round. This will all come down to the third round to figure out who gets point 1.
How am I supposed to call it a Tracer literally sitting next to the spawn?
I didn't know you were dead, though. Like,
I called out that I was dead. I called out that I died in Tracer backline, and then I was like, hey, I'm coming back, and then
Go stop into Bizarre should work.
Take a breath, get this game 3, right?
Bro, if they're just gonna play Tracer.
We gotta hard focus that break though. Like just break your shield every chance possible. Hard like so you're going May? Okay. We just wall if break overextends, we wall around.
The match begins as both players have once again changed their comps, but Parker has swapped back to using Zarya, taking the stance of shielding his teammates from harm. Pugsy has swapped to Sigma, another character using shield, but instead of putting them directly on teammates, he can place them on the field. A very aggressive start from Ames High, finding a pick on the soldier, making sure that they are down a player as the fight gets into a fierce beginning.
Just play with us going. Just play with us going.
I'm just trying to scare her off. That's all.
Trying to push DCG off of sight.
That's Tracer
Tracer
low.
1, Tracer 1. She recalled.
Soldier dead.
Ames High is finding that this fight isn't going as well as they want it, but managing to keep all their players alive as DCG defends the point. Ames High's May managed to escape without falling in battle. This will mean they have more of an advantage in the upcoming fight as ults are ready on both sides. And Kitsune Rush goes up as Sig ults. This will be a lot of damage for Ames High, but they do manage to push onto site. Sight has changed sides as Ames High takes their turn defending it. May nearly falls but manages to escape.
I won't.
Break below, break below.
Soldiers are shooting mine. Their break is carrying, bro.
And players are falling on the Ames High side as DCG takes their place back on the point.
I killed the Tracer. We all just went together. No, I. This is bad. Sorry.
Break.
No, we can't go.
The Sigma is using his shield well, blocking the fire from Ames High as they attempt to find a way to push back with time beginning to run out. The Ames High players are taking heavy damage, but their ults are getting close to being ready. We can expect them to use them in this coming fight, trying to take back the point before it's too late. But Lilypuff and the other support Sinstaz for Ames High have fallen. This will make it a very hard fight to take. And the May ult goes down. This will be freezing anybody who tries to enter the area, but it doesn't find a freeze, as the fight is taken by DCG. An immediate ult from Lilypuff will let them enter the point. As DCG's ult let them quickly stuff the incoming push. Ames High is managing to push back onto site in time to continue overtime. But how long can they continue pushing? Overtime is getting very quick to an end, and it ends with DCG taking round 3, getting the first point.
We did a good first round. Then we just stopped focusing that brig. Not the brig, sorry. They just stopped feeding, so we just gotta play more patient with them. We need to use ults, more ults, I think.
Hey, I got 59, bud.
Yeah, no, that brig is just hard carrying.
I wasn't aiming for bumps though. I was trying to win.
Next
As match 2 starts beginning, we will be seeing what characters both teams have picked in just a second. And we are seeing a Widow from DCG. They'll be attempting to find easy picks on Ames High, taking out their opposing players before they can even realize that they're watching. We still have 30 seconds before the round begins, but we can see that Ames High is setting up small turrets, setting up what is known among the player base as the washing machine, attempting to take out anybody who pushes past that gate.
It would be better if you got TP. Oh, whatever, it's too late. It's too late. Concussion, they know who you are.
DCG begins their push. Ames High is playing very carefully, making sure that none of them gets caught out. The Widow has already swapped characters, going Echo has Parker plays Sigma, putting up shields for his team as he attempts to absorb oncoming projectiles. The Immortality Field saves Parker as he gets very low, and the opposing tank, Ramatra Pugsy, goes down early.
No, they didn't cap first.
Rallied the Brigade. It almost takes point, but is discovered before the point can get past its first third. And it is back to attempting to push past the first gate. And Ames High is beginning to get low on HP as they are pushing past, and Parker falls. Without a tank, it's going to become a much rougher fight. Pugsy the Ramatra has pushed onto site. And Echo makes good use of their flight, ambushing players when they think they're safe. And the fight comes to a quick end with the first point going to DCG. But this round is far from over, as there's not only a point to capture in this mode, but an objective to push.
Where are you? I was.
The fight begins early, far from the point, as DCG players attempt to keep away Ames High. But the Echo is quickly downed before any players from Ames High can fall. But the Symmetra falls from Ames High as they attempt to push through, and Coconut Game in the Junkrat nearly falls but is looking for picks despite his low HP, as Parker the tank falls once more. But now Ames High has all but one of their ults, with the remaining being at 92% charge, so we will see many ults coming out in this next fight. The Immortality Field keeps Lillipuff alive, but he is still falling as he falls back, and coming out of the spawn, Parker making use of his projectile absorption to get some bonus health.
Yeah, use your own Parker. Go out on point.
And Parker uses his ult, matched by Ramatra's ult. Immortality Field keeps the players alive as both tanks fall simultaneously.
I'm coming back.
Payload is being pushed back by Ames High as they defend it. Far in the building, Echo is ambushed by Ames High, getting taken out early before the rest of their team. This is a very big advantage for Ames High, as Symmetra falls, taken out by DCG's Baptiste. The ultimate Bob has come out from DCG, providing suppressive fire for them as the tank is forced back, falling to Ramatra's ability to punch through the barrier.
no way I got moved by that, man.
Window comes out, doubling the damage of any of Ames High's projectiles that go through it, stopping the point just shy of the checkpoint. But as the players from Ames High fall, it does look like the point will fall, and the payload bashes open the next door to the last section of the push.
Now that I'm at silver 4, or silver 3, D4, I'm going to drop all the way back to silver 3, D1.
We have to play dive. Like that's what we have to do. Starting next game.
Ames High is looking for a way through the defensive barriers of DCG, trying to make sure none of their own players fall, as well as first ult of this fight, 2 ults, both from supports, as 2 players from Ames High fall. The fight is very intense, with the Mantra ult draining the HP of anybody who gets too close, as 2 more players from Ames High fall, with this escaping player very low HP trying to get reinforcements. We're seeing character swaps at the very last point, trying to keep the opposing players from finishing.
We gotta focus the break that's focusing our back.
And Parker goes down from melee hit that he cannot absorb. Round 1 finishes in the favor of DCG. This round we'll be seeing Ames High playing a different team entirely, with all of the players of Ames High dedicating themselves to trying to find a way to push into DCG, creating a highly congested team fight where they'll have the advantage. They are using characters such as Reaper, who, when damaging characters with his heavy shotguns, heals himself, and Doomfist, who excels at launching himself into the opposing team. And we can see a very quick roll out as Parker begins shielding opposing projectiles, trying to find a good opportunity to dive in. Parker is making good use of his block to mitigate the damage that he's taken, as Ames High's Widow takes out the Echo before they even realize what was happening. And Ames High is doing their best to push forward, using very quick pushes to make sure that DCG has trouble reacting in time. And since Diz falls, the Juno, as Parker and Lilypuff fall as well.